Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Wait, what's going on? Just hope that this is not broken as all hell, because yeah, this is happening. I don't know if doing this affects it, which I don't think it does. Let me check on my phone, because on my PC it's kind of broken. Yes. Oops. Yes, I know. Time to do a little bit of a discussion on this topic, because I just put that other video, went to bed directly, because it was like 8:30 in the morning. I was tired as all hell. So I just decided to do that because I was so stressed out that I didn't want to, I couldn't go to sleep. Did my internet just crashed? Oh my god. Shut up, phone. Shut up, phone. Again. Alright. It's good. For some reason, it's just having some terrible playback problems with this, you know, on my actual stream setup on YouTube, which is kind of weird. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another stream. Today I'm just going to be discussing on the Trove mastery changes discussion video. There's just going to be this screen that you're seeing right now on screen. I don't think I'm going to have any background footage. And yeah, I'm going to say a couple of things about the changes on that. I still don't like it. I'm sorry, everyone out there. Like, the video got blew off. Like, it wasn't my intention to make it like this, even though it is a hot topic, but this somewhat blew up. So it's kind of crazy. Hold on. I need to see if everything's just working out, because, you know, I have a problem with the playback. Anyone out there who's in chat, let me know if the stream is working, if you can hear me. Otherwise, I have to restart everything. E. Uh. Mm, Alright, thank you for letting me know. It's just on the playback right here on my actual monitor is like it's having some buffering problems, and it keeps saying there's an error, and there's play go back, play again. Like, there is, I don't know what the hell. Like, again, let me go into the topic where I was saying I got so many discussions. I mean, so many people just say yes, so many people say no. Like, goddamn, it has 39 comments in that video, which is just ridiculous to think about, because normally I get, let me say, like, my average, I only get around from 1 to 11, roughly. 11 is usually the end games. 1 is just usually like the tutorials and stuff. But yeah, 39 comments, 34 4 dislikes is what I expected, because a lot of people are just going to say that this is a good idea. I don't know why. I still don't know why. Just For those people who don't realize, getting Mastery 200 is easy. I got, back in 2017, I got from Mastery for nothing to Mastery 300 in 4 months. To get to where I'm at right now, it took me 3 years. This is an MMO. It should take you a long time to get to the top tier play. This is something that I've been thinking is like, if we think about it, this is an MMORPG. Most, if not all MMORPG, if it's been several years on the MMORPG, it's going to be very difficult to reach out or to even come close to people that are endgame and maxed out. Maple Story, Tibia, Dungeon Fighter Online, Elder Scrolls Online, all of those games. It will take you years to get to where to those endgame players. It's like, that's why I'm like, why? I mean, I get the idea. I get where they're coming from. Adding a cap of getting stats, but first and foremost, before the patch, before Adventures Update, the cap was already 300 Trove Mastery. Why lower it down to 200? Like, for those people who don't realize, like, this is just killing the purpose of what makes an endgame special. The endgame, like, the endgame player, it feels more special because they spend so much time. Now you get a sigil. Cool. You get a sigil, but aside from that, you don't get anything else. I mean, what they could do is what I've heard several times. It's like, if they want to keep going with this cap, instead of going 200, then just add it to 500. I mean, that would be a good idea. That's a good idea. Like, just add the cap to 500. Or 600, which is my initial thought. Why say 600? First of all, 600, it is achievable by any free-to-play player. You don't have to be pay to win and you don't have to be... The right sigil is 750 total mastery. Those are the... If you're seeing the screen right now, which is the screen that you're seeing right now on right now, the 2 mastery sigils, the one that is on the left is 200, the one is on the right is 750. But from what I've heard, is like, if they want to go with this, making it 500 is the right call. So 500, so that people that are over 500, they still get all of the benefit, but people that are below 500, they have to grind their way all the way to 500. But if they want to do that, why not make it 600? So no, I don't think 650 is a good choice, because 650 you need to be somewhat pay to win, and you need to pay for the packs. But I think 600 is the correct one, because it is achievable as any free-to-play player. You have to grind a whole lot of it. You need to get to Geo Mastery 100 anyways, so you will be able to grind all of this stuff plus a little bit more. And if you are not 600, you can still grind the new, updates, the new badges that they add, the new store packs that they add. But if they just keep it 200, 200 is so easy to achieve that you don't even need to get anything from the store. You don't need to do like any grinding for any of the badges. You don't have to do anything. It's like, from what I've heard, the people that are actually okay with this is either low players in terms of PR or old players that are just from like before mental power. People that are after mental powers, which is usually console players, and people that are in the 5 to 600 mastery are the ones that are against it, because they spend so much time in getting to where they're at. So it is like a complete different thing between two different sides of the coin. So one agrees, one disagrees. There's more people that disagree, but there's two sides of the coin on this one. But that's just how it is, man. Like, from what I hear comments, it's like 2015 player here mastery has always been about California and nothing else, man. I think you're kind of overreacting. it's like, I guess I get where you're coming from, my guy. But you had to think for the people who spend so much time in grinding their mastery, because people start to grind their mastery and start to care about stats in mastery once they reach around 500. Once they reach around 5 to 600 mastery, that's, well, total mastery, that's what I meant. Total mastery 5 to 600, that's when people start caring about mastery in order to get that little bit of extra stat. People that are 200 or below, they don't care. They're usually just upgrading their power rank, trying to get the best gems possible, or trying to get dragons. They're not focusing on getting mastery. Mastery is just the last thing they can get. So why not reward the players who just stuck with the game and keeps grinding all the way to the maximum? I'm not saying that the system right now is completely perfect. No, I'm well aware that it's kind of flawed, because badges. I know for a fact that I cannot get number 1 in terms of mastery because the 1000 loyalty badge. I don't have the 200 loyalty badge. I can get it. I get it. I get the point. But the thing is that 200 is way too low. Newer players, it's not like Trove. It is difficult to do, like when it comes to doing the content that they're doing around 200 mastery. And it's not like everyone in terms of like doing the new content only care about getting 650 mastery or above. Leviathans, you see people that are 250, 300 mastery, 30k PRs. On speedruns, you see 400, 500 mastery just doing speedruns. And that's facts. There are people just 400, 500 and in terms of mastery just doing speedruns. And those are the most demanding in terms of stats. Well, people, and by the way, what I mean demanding is on quotations. Quotations demanding in terms of stats. People are doing it. It's not like it requires you to have high mastery in order to do that. Now, here's the thing. Usually the people that are in 750, 700 usually have proper builds on their characters. Now you don't know, because since everyone out there has the same damage buff, over 200, you don't know if that person that is 250 Trove mastery is going to have a perfect build, or is going to have a proper build. You don't know if that person who is 400, you don't know if he has a proper build. With mastery, you can tell somewhat if that person has a decent enough build or something that they can do enough damage. But I don't know, dude. It's just like, if you think about it, like, there's so many people that want to quit the game. And see, if a lot of people quit the game, no matter how many new players that joined into this game, first of all, people are still not going to care. The newer players are still not going to care. That's just facts. The newer players, they just want to explore the game. They're not going to. It's like the newer player is not going to join you. Oh, the master is now stronger for us. Now time to grind this game for like more times. Yes. It's no. Like. Like, people, like, the newer player is not going to care. The older player is going to care, because the older players what actually read the patch notes, and the actual one that actually plays the game. But so, like, there's so many people here that I see in these comments that are people that fully agree. There are people who are like thinking that I'm overreacting. Even someone like Nintendo Gamer. I'm surprised that he even commented on one of my videos. That's how popular this video is. That's how surprising this video is. Like, Joe, Nintendo Gamer, you know, Scythe plays friend, Sayushi's friend. Yeah. That's very surprising. And the comment that he says, honestly, I'm not sure why people are so concerned about the combat buffs from mastery capping at 200, as if for those were the primary reason you got mastery. After 500, that's pretty much the primary reason you get. By the way, let's just keep moving on. All of this, it just makes a lot more accessible to newer players. This is not an MMO. Why the hell are you making it like 100% accessible to newer players? Because, yeah, I feel I get where he's coming from, but this is too new players. Like 200 is too low. A lot of people quit because they feel that they can catch up to people who are having insane mastery and damage when it comes to it all. Then, if that's the case, then people that are already at the high mastery is going to quit because they're not getting any benefit. There's two sides of the coin with this argument. There's a thing where if the newer players can catch up to the older player, the newer player is going to quit. But if they make all of the works on the older player, so that the newer players can catch up, the older player is going to quit because he feels that they do all of the works for nothing. See where I'm coming from? Like there's two sides of the coin. People with high mastery still have value of it, like mouse and stuff. The way I saw it was never about the combat, but people fail to think about newer players feel they only want themselves to be buffed. Alright. The thing is, with this update, we're not getting nerfed in any way, shape, or form. We're getting more PR from this update, and we're getting more stats. Even a max PR currently is getting less stat than with this update. We're not getting nerf. I don't care about buffs or nerf. I only care about is the loyalty that we spent into this game. That's what I care. I don't care about the stats. I don't care anything else. I just want to feel more rewarded for being an in-game player. Stats is what I think is a good option. Capping it, I think is a good thing. Yes, it could be a good thing, but 200 is too low. Too low. Like, for those who don't know, I've been playing this game since 2016. I spent well over 5,000 hours in game time playing this game. Why am I getting rewarded for playing 5,000 hours the same in terms of like value for mastery and for collecting all of the stuff in the game as someone who's only been playing the game for what, 3 months? Like, the loyal players are just getting screwed over this. If they want to cap it, sure, just cap the mastery at roughly, I would say roughly 5 to 600 is probably the better option. But after 600, if they want to give us something, give us some extra powering. At least 2 powering per level, similar to what it is right now. So people that are starting off the game can just reach to the end game, but people that are in the end game have something else to show off. I don't know. Maybe that could be one. Another thing is could be another extra stuffs, like people say Magifine, but Magifine is useless. After you reach 6,000, you get way too many stellars anyway. So, let's see. The hell? What the hell happened here? Hold on. Hold on. Jesus, my internet is so laggy today. It's not even funny. Is it legitimately buffering that bad? I hope not. Because I cannot even see the playback here. It's just so like... Oh, of course it's just buffering because... Oh my god. It's buffering on my... It's buffering on my phone because it's just connected to another internet that's not even here. What the hell? There we go. Now this is more like it. The hell? This is just too weird. What the hell is going on here? But there's no okay. There's another thing that I just saw. How will this kill the game? I already explained. No one's going to buy store packs. No one's going to care about getting the store packs to get the new mastery. No one's going to care about grinding badges. No one's going to care about grinding all of the new stuff on the updates. Just facts. Maybe there's going to be the occasional one or two, especially someone like myself who does YouTube and has to showcase all of this stuff. Maybe someone like myself will get a bunch of the other stuff, but most of the players that doesn't do YouTube, they're not going to care about this. So that's why I keep saying that this will kill the game. There was already no reason to continue grinding after you reach max PR. Mastery is the same. It say it won't give late game players any more PR, so everything stays the same. Also, only people that even build PR is for emblems, for the emblems and the rewards, and no other reason. Alright. There was no reason to continue grinding after you reach max PR. So let me tell you something. Max PR is difficult to achieve. 200 Trove Mastery is easy to achieve. There is no reason to continue grinding after you reach 650 Trove Mastery, not 200. With 200 current Trove Mastery, you have a lot to grind. You can grind more mastery, so you can get a little bit of extra bump. You can grind like the augmentation. At that point, that people are still grinding gems. It's like, like, especially someone like John's comeback. John's comeback is someone that I know for a fact that is maxed out in mastery. This is one of those players that I know in Xbox is maxed out in mastery. He loves this game. And I commend him for it. He loves this game. He enjoys the living hell out of it. He enjoys the community. But seeing someone like him, he's played more than myself, saying stuff like 7.2k hours or 7,200 hours played, and they want to take my mastery away. If this goes live, I'm giving away all my flux and items and never logging back in. This is a player that actually genuinely loves the game. There's not going to be any goal for us. Cool, we're getting new items that are going to be useless. Sorry, it's just facts. Most of the new items that they add into the game, you never use them. You just get them to get mastery so you can get stats. If they want to add a cap, make it higher. Not stupid 200. Like 200 is too little. It's too little. It's too easy to get. And this is just like before the Adventure Sunday, like I mentioned, Trove Mastery was capped at 300. After 300, you could still get mastery points, and you can still increase your mastery points past 300. It wasn't going to increase your mastery, and back then it will give you stats like all the way to mastery 300. But if they're doing this all over again, why go back to 200? Like now with that there's plenty of more items in the game, it's just too easy to get to 200. If they want to go with this, 600. That's just how it is. It's not our fault, like the in-game player's fault, that the newer player who just started off the game isn't as high as the end-game player. That person has played for plenty of hours. This is just natural for MMORPGs. You can just go into any MMORPG, try to keep up with those endgame players. You can't. And that's just how it is. Like, for those who don't know, I still don't agree with this update. Despite some people just saying that I'm quote unquote overreacting. I'm not overreacting. Like I'm just looking at it as an endgame standpoint. That it should be roughly 600 mastery at maximum if they want to cap it. Yeah, exactly. It should be 6 or 650 so it can be reached and achieved. 600 and 650 is going to be achieved by free-to-play players if they keep adding items into the game. So you have two options. Either you wait until there's new items so you can reach higher mastery to get to the maximum, or pay yourself into getting into 650. It's a free-to-play MMORPG. That's just how it is. Unfortunately, that's the sad truth about MMORPGs, especially the free-to-play ones. They had to make money anyways, in any way, shape, or form. This will kill everything regarding, like, people are not going to buy store packs. Like, if we're talking about 200 mastery, there's plenty of people well past over 200 mastery. It's not like there's a minority of players that are just that are below 200, well, above 200. There's a lot of players. There's thousands of players. Yeah, you didn't even say $100, but I think about, yeah. You feel for those people that spend thousands of dollars. Like, I know people that spend $10,000. Like, for example, one of the officers on Trillium, he spent well over 15K. He spent well over 15K in this game. What's the best way to farm millions of flux? Oh, Mastery Delve discussion. Like, it's not even going to matter. Like, by the way, dude, just grinding flux. Let's just be real. If you're already Mastery 200, it's not going to matter. I'm just gonna say that outright. But just keep grinding materials. Just keep grinding all of those materials, like Nitro. Nitro is usually the one that a lot of people tend to do, so just keep doing Nitro. Like, anyways, so thank you for the subscription for that person who actually did the subscription. And all I gotta say is, this will hurt the game more than it helps. This is not going to attract newer players. It's not like newer players are going to be, oh, they made mastery lower. I bet as hell I'm going to get into the game. No, newer players are just going to quit the same ways that they've always have. Newer players, like a lot of people mentioned, newer players don't even get into Uber 6. They quit before they even reach like 5k PR. This is just serving a extremely niche thing to those players that are around, let's say, 150, well, 100 to 400, well, 300 mastery. 1 to 300 mastery, 100 and 300 mastery, those are the people that get the most benefit out of it. Because they are not that high compared to the cap, or they're not that low compared to the cap. They're just in the middle. They're just right there. Those are the ones that are going to get the most benefit. People that are higher they're going to get screwed even higher. It's not like they're going to get a damaged nerf. Like I mentioned, this is not a damaged nerf to anyone out there, even the end game that is 656. 656 is getting a 1% increase to their damage. And not only that, if you include the light increase for Geode, the Geo Mastery, we'll be getting a lot more, and also we'll be getting a lot more PR. We'll be getting over 1,000 power rank. That's not the point. That's not the problem with this update. The problem is for those who spend all of those times and effort into grinding their mastery so they can just get that little bit of an advantage over the newer players, that's just completely gone. It's not like we don't think about the newer player. It's just that we want to be fair. And before you say, how is this fair? Because I know there's someone's going to say, how is this fair for the new player? This is still fair for the newer player because it is still accessible. If they wanted to cap it at 600. It means that the newer players that are dedicated, they can just get it. And the older player who is also just as dedicated, if not more dedicated, they can still get some benefit out of it. They still feel that they've accomplished something. They want to do it. This is my solution to this. Cap it at 600, and every single mastery level up after 600, give us 2 power rank, similar to what it is right now. 2 power rank per mastery level. Power rank doesn't mean anything, but it's still a way to show off that you've actually earned your way into increasing your mastery. For those who care to get into the number 1 in the leaderboard. That would be nice, I guess. I don't know. I think that would be a pretty good addition, because newer players have a way to grind. Older players still get a lot more benefit from playing the game for years. And if they increase power rank, it means that the dedicated player who want to increase their power rank a little bit higher, they can do something. Yeah, the thing is, everyone can get to 650. Everyone can get to 630, 640 free to play. That's the thing. It's not like the difference between buying stuff from the store, like the packs that are just money only, like worth money. It gives like an insane amount of mastery. It does give a lot of mastery, yes, but the difference between a free-to-play player and a pay-to-win player is not that much. You just have to grind. And that's just the name of the game. This is an MMORPG. The name of the game is to grind. And yeah. You need light Uber 11? I have no idea. I don't think there's going to be any Uber 11 for the portals. The only Uber 11 is the Delves. And I'm going to assume yes, you need light. You might need light to dish out damage in the Delves. I'm going to assume, because most of the new items, if not all of the new items, actually grant extra light. Crystal level 4, the new allies, new food. So I'm going to assume like Geo Mastery again. That's going to increase it. Like, you have to work on it. You have to work. That's what I say. That's one of the things that they could do. Make every single store pack credit pack. Like, seriously. If they don't want to make all of the packs like it used to be, make them all credit packs. So pay-to-win players can get their flux. Free-to-play players can get literally everything. and that's it. The only thing that is going to be a problem is going to be loyalty, but the loyalty difference is just what, like 300 mastery points? That's just like one mastery level, which is 0.15% damage. Woohoo! How about that? They just make everything credit pack. That's one thing that we've been asking for years. We didn't ask for a change to mastery. We just wanted the store to be credit pack so that literally everyone can get the packs, all of the packs, if they grind their flux. It's just that people are, they just don't want to grind this game. Even though the main purpose of Trove is grinding dungeons, grinding flux, grinding all of those items, people just don't want to grind. If you don't want to grind, then what the hell are you doing? What's the point in playing the game if you don't want to grind? That's like me going into Elder Scrolls Online and be like, I don't want to grind the champion system. I don't want to grind champion levels. Dude, if you want to achieve, if you want to do the most damage possible and you want to do the best dungeon, you want to be the best at PvP, I'm sorry to say that you have to grind. That's just facts. If you want to do, let's talk about something like Tibia. Tibia is an MMORPG that's been out for 1997. They never actually punish the older players. The older players that actually grind this game a whole lot, they are very high level, almost unattainable, but people are still playing the game. People still play that game. And that game's been out for more than 20 years. People are never complaining because, oh, the people that are level 1300 is just too difficult to achieve. Like, yes, they are difficult to achieve because they put thousands and thousands of hours into getting that to where they at. It's like literally going into that game and they just decided, you know what? Let us cap them level all the way down to 500 level. Like to level 500. So pretty much any player out there who got extra bonus stats for grinding levels, like the bonus damage, bonus maximum health, similar to Trove, by the way. You get bonus of all of those things. They're going to get reduced to level 500. People are just going to be like, then what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, I've grinded all the way to level 1300, spent literally years grinding to where I'm at, and now getting wrecked just because newer players can keep up. Newer players can do these areas that players that are around 700 can do. Of course they can, because they haven't played the game for long. MapleStory is another game. They keep adding bosses that seems to be almost impossible. I played that game for a little bit, like months and months. Well, I know the game for years since it came out, but for months there's going to be bosses that are like hard will, hard like the black mage, like those things. Those are bosses that are very difficult, almost damn near impossible even with a group. And there are people who actually solo them, and those are the people who are at the end game who spend thousands of dollars and thousands of hours. If they do something like, oh, let us reduce the damage cap on that MapleStory to around 100 mil damage. I believe the current maximum, like the current cap is 10 billion damage on MapleStory 1. If they reduce it to around 100 mil, it is going to be achievable for all of the newer players. So it means that the older players that spend thousands of hours, thousands of resources, they're going to get screwed. They're literally going to get screwed. Like, oh, I spent so many times and resources getting those bonus percentage stats on my Qs and my gear just to dish out the same damage as someone who has much less stat and not even max level. See what I'm coming from? Like, this is why I think this is going to be like a biggest slap in the face to all of the players. That's just how it is. Newer players are going to get wrecked. No, not newer players. Older players are going to get destroyed. And also, yeah, same goes with Crystal Level 4. I don't think we need Crystal Level 4, but at the same time, I think Crystal Level 4 is a good step in the right direction, but at the same time, it is the same as the Mastery. Good idea, poor execution. So, I'm going to, like, if you don't know what it means, like, in the thumbnail here that you're seeing right now on screen, those bonus stats, it means that after the new Trove Delves update, whether you're Trove Mastery 200 or Trove Mastery 700, well, if you're Total Mastery 750 or 650 Mastery, you're going to get the same bonuses. That's what it means. Like, Trove Mastery 200 equals Trove Mastery, well, Total Mastery 750s. Same goes with, like, what I was saying about Crystal Level 4. Crystal Level 4 is a good step in the right direction, but at the same time, locking it only behind the delves, that's not a good thing. If they want to do something about it, if they want to make delves relevant, make it so that instead of dropping the Crystal Level 4 altogether, make it so that you drop an item that will get you a Crystal Level 4 from Crystal Level 3. Yes, it means that it's going to be somewhat ass backwards because it means that you have to grind even more. And but at least people that have Crystal Level 3 and grinded that Crystal Level 3 and get it to maxed out doesn't need to just drop it and just, oh, let's just do the same thing with Crystal Level 4, which I'm going to assume is going to be as expensive, if not even more expensive. I always feel that Crystal Level 4 it needs to be an upgrade from Crystal 3, and a Crystal 5 needs to be an upgrade from Crystal 4. Like, Crystal Level 3 is so hard to upgrade. Like, 5,000 Nitro, 375 Crystalline Cores, those are just way too many resources. 650 Forge Fragments, by the way. And the 5,000 Nitro usually costs what? For those players, it's going to cost millions of flux. Like, on Xbox, it is... How much is it? So, let's just see. 500k? Is it 500k? So that's 1,000. 1,000 for around... Yeah, around 120 each. That's 120k flux. Yeah. That's around 600k flux on Xbox. Getting one Crystal Level 3 upgraded for nothing. That's not counting the Crystalline Cores, and that's not counting the Force Fragments. The Force Fragments are still pretty easy to get, but the Crystalline Cores are not, which takes a while to get anyways. But yeah, I feel that upgrading Crystal 3 to Crystal 4 is going to be the better option because it incentivizes the player to grind Crystal Level 3 and incentivize the player to upgrade said Crystal Level 3. And PS4 is 80 to 90, so I'm going to assume it's around 400k flux just to upgrade Crystal Level 3, just Nitro alone. So yeah. My dog was gonna to go outside the room. Hold on. But yeah, there's so many things that are. That's why I say that there's so many why things in this game. The mastery change that is going to literally make most end game players just disgust, like in disgust. And then the Crystal Level 4 thing that is going to make literally everyone that grind the Crystal Level 3 like a big why. It's like they're trying to reset everything from the game. You're already way too deep into this game. This game's been out for years. It's not like this game has been out for like uh, a month or 3 months or even 1 year. This game has been out for years. On console, it's been out for 3. On PC, it's been out for 5. That is way too deep into it. Like, a lot of people still think that I'm not thinking about the newer player. I always think about the newer players. I always think about the newer players. But mastery is what makes the old players the old players. Mastery is what makes the loyal players the loyal players. Mastery is what makes the end game the end game. Mastery is what makes you want to come back into the game because you have something to grind for. Yes, once you reach max mastery, once you reach max PR, once you reach that, then yes, you've done pretty much everything. But going into that journey will take you a while. Instead of right now, the mastery journey is going to take nothing. That it literally, this game will, you will finish it within months. You will be the same as everyone that are high up there in the mastery chart that have been playing the game for years. And yeah, like you said, the new PR, what will happen to the leaderboards? Now you're going to see so many people in the same PR. This is not going to help out the new players. The new players are going to feel even more overwhelming because they're going to see, oh, literally everyone, like a lot of people are going to be number 1 because everyone has the same PR. Because if you maxed out all of your gens, have every single dragon in the game, you have every single, what's the thing, going for like every single gear maxed out and upgraded, and you're already Trove Mastery 200, you will be the same power rank as someone that has every single item in the game. Once you check into the leaderboard, you're going to see a lot of people just rank 1. Yeah. Like, here's the thing. This, a lot of people that are in the 200 mastery or below, to begin with, they don't care about mastery. Number 1. Number 2, the content that they're doing is not difficult. There's a new account adventure of me just going over my new account. 17k PR without even getting into Uber 9 for once. Like, okay. Here's the thing that you're missing. You're kind of missing the point here. I don't think anyone is complaining about the stats. No one. No one is caring about the stat. People that are going to be maxed out, they're going to complain because they're only doing speedruns. That's just true. But at the same time, it's like, here's the thing. So do you want the older players to come back and help out the game progression and getting the new packs so they can get mastery? Or do you want the older players to not come back at all? Because they're not going to get the pack. People are not going to care. So it's going to be exactly the same, but they're getting less money from it. Less money from the older players, the players that are actually caring about mastery. This is the thing that you have to realize. This is going to hurt the game's future because the older players are not going to care about buying packs and buying store packs. This is what it keeps maintaining the game what it is. Yes, newer players are going to benefit a little bit from it. Well, actually they're going to benefit a lot. But usually the people that are below 200, they don't grind a mastery anymore. Like, they don't grind that mastery, they just get it over time. People that start caring about mastery, there are people that are around 400 or 500 mastery. That's when they start caring. And here's the thing. It really does hurt the player. Like, it really does hurt the end game player, because those are the most loyal player. Like I mentioned, like I already went back. There's a MMORPG who's been out for more than 20 years, which is called Tibia. That game has endless level, and each and every single level you get stats, you get damage, and you get health, similar to what it's Trove right now with its mastery. If they go out of their way and make because the maximum, well, not the maximum, the highest level right now is around level 1300. If they go out of their way and they just decided, you know what, let us put the level cap 500, and literally all those players that grinded 700 plus levels after 500, they're going to get screwed. They're going to just feel everything that they work towards it doesn't feel as accomplishing. Like, just so that the newer players that hasn't played the game for that long, just to keep up. And that's the other thing, like, they're going to remove purple name. So that's another, like, there's going to be no speedruns. Shadow Towers is useless. Crystal Level 4 is like the biggest Y out there, because it makes Crystal Level 3 irrelevant. Mastery is almost irrelevant. And the Tomb Racer is kind of meh. But another topic, another day. They're not taking up purple name forever, but still it's like, it's still kind of meh. I mean, I just can't believe this. They're punishing players who play the game. Okay. It's like going into Fortnite and removing all the building. They're punishing players who know how to build. They spend hours in just learning how to build. It's the same thing. I feel that if they want to go with this, 200 is too low. Just increase it. 200 is way too low. It's just how it is. 200 is way too low. 200 can be easily achieved. To be honest, I don't even care about purple name. I don't even do speedruns, but yeah. That is something that you should discuss with other people that just do speedruns. I don't even do speedruns anymore. But just people want what I'm saying is, I just want to feel rewarded for the time that I spend into the game. Mastery doesn't feel as rewarding. That's where I'm going at. I don't care about like, oh, it gives us so much stats. It's like, we're not getting nerfed in damage. We're getting buffed. Even us, like, are maxed out in damage with this update. We're getting damage bumps. It's just no. It's just how it is. It's not a this is just simply not a good update. Simply not. If you're getting responses from a lot of players just saying that they are going to quit, you know that you screwed it up. I'm not going to quit. No. I don't think I'm going to quit. But I sure as hell I'm not going to do those big grinding for mastery. Like, the thing is that I just feel so bad for everyone who spent thousands of dollars. They just did it just so they can get the mastery badge, so they can be #1. So they have that little bit of extra power and a little bit extra stat, a little bit of that extra edge. Yes, it makes the game a little bit pay to win, but this is a free-to-play MMORPG. This is just natural for MMORPGs. If they want to cap it high. Don't cap it low. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, capping it at 200 is a terrible, terrible idea. Terrible. Capping the mastery, I see where it's coming from. Capping it at 200, too low. That's why I always say 600 would be like a good option, because it is achievable for free-to-play players. Endgame players are going to feel that they're getting something out of it. And it is not impossible to achieve. It will take a while, but it's not impossible. I don't know. Yeah, that's where I'm going at. Like, not 200, at least 600, and after 600 for each and every single level, 2 power rank. Similar to what it is right now. 2 power rank. Like 2 power rank per level after 600. That could be the perfect option. Both good for every single player. You have always something to grind for. Can be achieved by any single free-to-play player. New updates are going to be relevant. New store packs are going to be relevant for newer players. All in-game players have something to grind for, which is a little bit of extra PR. Even though power rank doesn't mean anything. There you go. There's the solution that I'm going for. But right now it's just after 200 you're done. You don't need any more mastery. This is coming from a game where 2 years ago, over 2.5 years ago, the mastery maximum was 300, which is like the biggest, huh? And it's not like back then it actually was similar to what it is going to be like right now, but you get like, I believe you got like 80% extra stats, 80, 60, 80%. I think it was 60. This is just making it so it works similar to what it used to be, which it was like prior to Adventures Update. Prior to Adventures Update, it was 300. After 300, you could still get mastery points, but it didn't matter. It was just for leaderboards. But back then, getting to 300 was much difficult, much more difficult. Now getting to 200 is much easier, and they're making it the cap. Like, literally doesn't make any sense. That's like a big old double kill. What the hell are you doing? Huh? Moment. So yeah, this is what I think they should do. Honestly, just make a cap at 600. Everything above 600 you get 2 power and per level up, similar to what it is right now, but no stats. And yeah, that's it. And just adjust the stats to what it is right now. So just divide the upgrades by 3. Instead of being 1.5, 1.5 maximum health should be 0.5, similar to what it is right now. Max damage, what it is right now. Like damage, it is 0.5 divided by 3. So it will be like 1.66 per level. 1.66 per level all the way to 600. And then instead of 10 powering, be like, I don't know, 5 power. No, 5 powering is a little bit too high. Probably 3 power rank would be nice. And then afterwards 2 power rank, or just keep it as 2 power rank, and that's it. That's the only thing that should keep moving forward. 600, my opinion, is the one that they could do. This is like the perfect balance. Like 600, it's high but not too high, but it's not low either. It's right there. Considering if they make it lower than that, there's plenty of players that are already in the 500s. Just going into 600s, it means that store packs in the future are going to be more relevant for those who are just in the 400 area, 500 area. Play like this on paper looks good, but the mastery is too low, and that's the thing that they need to do, either change it or remove it. Like I think 600 like is the happy medium between the two, because endgame players are not going to complain 100% of it. They're going to be disappointed but not complain 100% of this update. Newer players are going to keep up because they have a cap, they have something to work towards, instead of just being an endless grind, even though I still think it's not a big deal, because it's not like the difference between a 600 650 is that big a deal. It's like 7%. That's 600 to 650 is like 7.5% bonus percentage damage, by the way. It's not like 7.5% of the total damage. It's 7.5% bonus percentage damage. And for those who are not aware how it works, Trove has raw damage and bonus percentage damage. Raw damage is the one that you get from gens, gear, and so on and so forth. That normally say plus a number, physical or magic damage. You know how it works. And there's going to be the bonus percentage damage, which is a percentage from your base damage. So if you have 50%, it means it takes your base damage and increases it by 50%. Mastery is just increases that bonus percentage damage that increases from your base. That's how it works, by the way. They really need to if they're going with this, a lot of people are going to quit. That's just facts. This is going to be like the Eclipse update all over again. If anyone hasn't played like during the Eclipse update. And for those who are not aware, Eclipse update was terrible. When it came out, Eclipse update, like a lot of people quit. That's just how it is. A lot of people just straight up quit the game. Adventures and Heroes update actually revitalize. My God, I can't speak. Revitalize. Oh my God. Jesus. You get the point. You get the word that I'm going for. Revitalize. I don't know. Like, it revived. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, woohoo. Try to be fancy, but I cannot even be smart. God damn it. There are certain words that I just can't say. God damn, speaking Spanish sucks. But Eclipse update. Let's just go back into Eclipse update. Eclipse update was the Shadow Tower update. That's when they added gem augmentation. That's when they added Dreadnought. That's when they added Hydra. Alright. Dreadnought and Hydra, they made it a little bit too difficult. And they made it so that the Shadow Tower is the only thing that was relevant in that update. Because new badges, new mounts, new stuff. And yeah, there was kind of meh. When you reach 700 or 800, then they can just do what they used to do. Just increase the cap by 50 mastery points. Just keep increasing the cap, which is going to be almost the same as it is right now, but it's going to be a slow progress. So it means that players that haven't reached the maximum can just keep reaching the maximum easier. But instead of being like a constant progress, what it is right now, that's where I'm going at. Like, if 600 mastery right now with the current items is good, like let's say within a year people are reaching 600 mastery left and right like crazy, they can just increase it to 700 or 650, so that people that grind it after 600, they can still get all of the stats similar to what it is right now, and the people who just stuck at 600, they have to grind a little bit more. I mean, to right up. It's going to be almost the same thing if they just do that, if as it is right now. But right now it's like you keep getting upgrade for having new items implemented every single week, because they add items pretty much every single week. So that's going to just lower the need to just log in and try to get yourself all of the new items. But if you want to be prepared for the future, then you have that. You can just get it if you want. And yeah. So let me just go into the forums. Let me see if there's something new. Okay, so there's something new from the from this. Okay, let me read the chat. Okay, so let me just put the full screen so you can see what I'm seeing, like this. So the goal of this update seems to be redefine the end game to create new content, make it easier for beginner and returning players to catch up. While I support the idea of closing the gap between high mastery players and beginner, I cannot say I enjoy reading about this drastic method and all. Like, I actually agree with that. I have posted my idea for better solutions to another thread. Here's the quote on it. I understand that new players are in a disadvantage due to this huge gap in mastery, but outright removing all kinds of power increase from mastery after 200 is not the right way to go, which I completely agree with that. Not only does that increases gets less noticeable the further you get, they're even necessary to play the end game apart from speedrunning, of course, which I completely agree with that one. I'm just going to put this. So, yeah, it's like, what's the point in getting anything past 200? So that's one thing. Like, let's just assume you're one of the new players that are mastery 180. Are you going to spend, let's say, 120 to 150k to get a rare mount that is from the Shadow Towers? I'm pretty sure that most people are going to answer no, because it's way too expensive. It's 150k for one of the rare mounts. But what about the player who actually got that that mount? Is he going to get punished from it? He's going to get punished from it because people are not going to buy it. I'm like a little bit, ew. Like, people are just going to buy all of the cheap stuff and then just not care about mastery afterwards. But yeah, let's move on. I have thought of better ways to handle myself, and I came up with two solutions being implemented in different games pretty well. Solution 1. Have mastery rank beyond 200, award a quality of life / utility stats instead of damage and health. Reduce power rank increase the further a player advances, receiving boosts in movement speed, lasermancy, and magify. Movement speed is going to be really ridiculous. Just imagine just a... you can just imagine a 650 just with ridiculous amounts of movement speed. Oh my god. Adventuring gains, superstition, chaos factor, health regen, and other non-combat stats there are and will be ever, which is a good idea also. Won't provide a combat advantage to high mastery players, but still there's still will be competition in power at leaderboards and a reason to get more mastery. If they just increase movement speed here, just be a mastery, just imagine this amount of speed farm that a lot of people are going to get. Number 2, the Paragon level approach. While I understand that this solution would be much more complicated to introduce, I have seen that this has been used in many games, and it's always been a great way to keep players going and while not putting long-time players into massive disadvantage over new players. Players give a point in spending on a... oh god, this word, oh my god, I just can't say it. Variety of upgrades per mastery rank. I'm just gonna keep it as that. I just can't say it. My tongue is too derpy for that word. Like, damn it. This upgrade should consist of the same stat upgrade that you get from dragons, and there's a limit on how many points a player can invest into each combat stat. The non-combat stats should be, for the most part, not have a limit, so you always have upgrades available no matter how far you get up in mastery. But everyone level up in fields on a level field in terms of combat strength provided by the same equipment after reaching a well-achievable mastery rank. Those are really good solutions. I had to agree on some of them, like the Paragon level and giving some other stats, but I still feel that 200 is a little bit too low. Don't you love having a dog who just wants to go outside the room and then 5 minutes later he just wants to come back in And since he's a small chihuahua, he wants you to pick him up and to throw him into the bed so he can just go to sleep. God damn it. I don't like seeing shadow towers getting cut down like this either. The server load could be fixed just by chaining the different floors into a single wall. That's what I've been saying like from all the time. Just reduce or just remove the loading time. The economical problems on the other side will have to get fixed by doing something about the bots. This approach we're seeing that they won't do anything about the economical. I don't know how it is, if it is economical. Economical is in Spanish pronunciation, but economical I don't know if it is on English. Aspect of the shadow tower, removing the necessity of keys of involves most likely will worsen them in the long run for those who that do not abuse the shadow tower for financial gain. So I actually just butchered all of that sentence, so sorry about that. So yeah, I actually don't know what the hell they're just doing with the shadow towers. They're just making it worthless. And if you combine that with the mastery, it's like, why? There's new mounts in the shadow tower. Why the hell are you going to do shadow towers just for the new mounts? No one's going to care because of the mastery gains. No one's gaining anything from it. There's more reason why it's so stupid. Another thing is that all classes are not balanced, so you will not be able to use any class. Like, yeah, until they balance the reward and the rest of the classes, only maybe 6 classes will exist in the game. Which I completely agree on that one, because again, Crystal level 4 is a thing. The thing with Crystal level 4 is going to be that it only drops from Delves. Seeing that you can only use 5 or 6 classes, how are you expecting to get the weapons for the remaining of the classes that are much weaker? Which I'm going to assume that 6 classes are going to be Revenant, Ice Age, Gunslinger, Draco. What else? Barb, which could be very helpful. What else? Fire Captain, Dino Tamer. I mean, those classes are somewhat Neon Ninja. If Delves is all about, because I haven't tested the Delves. If Delves is all about DPS, then Neon Ninja is not the one. But if you can speed run through enemies and just go all the way to the end with a Neon Ninja, then I can see why. But what's wrong with the Vanguardian? Who's gonna get the fist weapon? Who's gonna get the bow? No one. No one's gonna get them. Maybe the few occasional people that are just going to go with the Shadow Hunter and get carried. Yeah, it's just whatever. Like the Shadow Tower badges. That's another thing. What about them? People are not gonna do them. They remain unchanged. People only do them for mastery. No one's gonna care for them. That's just how it is. This mastery just like the mastery change just kills everything, every purpose that you want to do. You don't want to grind badges. You don't want to grind the new mounts because they're going to be either too rare, too expensive. They're going to take too long of a time in order to get them. And yeah, this is just a big why. It's just a big mess if you look at it like completely. Like everything just goes back into the mastery. Everything goes back into the mastery. Why the hell would I want to do that if it doesn't benefit me? Why the hell would I want to do this if it doesn't benefit me? Like, that's just how it is. Everything just goes back into the mastery. Goes back into the cap being 200. So there's, in other terms, certain contents are going to be just straight up useless. Leviathans. Who the hell is going to grind 500 Leviathans? People are going to grind just for the torches. People are not going to grind the 500 Leviathans. And it's been recently implemented into the game. Like, just going over a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm not in game. Like, I can just turn on my Xbox and just showcase all of this stuff that could just be affected. Anyways. But yeah, and let me just go over this. Oh yeah, how about Bomber Royale? Bomber Royale, people are not going to buy, they're going to get that. Yes, you get some EXP, but aside from that, you're not going to grind all of the items. The only thing that you might grind is the dragon. People are not going to buy the wings, are not going to buy the auras, are not going to buy anything because it doesn't matter. Let me just go into in-game. So let me turn on my Xbox. And the thing is, they just... Ew, the Dells adjust to the highest PR? Okay. Okay. So get to augmenting your gems because you are getting screwed, my friend. Woohoo! So get to augmenting your gems. Woohoo! That's going to be really fun. For those new players that you're trying to just, make it more of an advantage for them. They're trying to make it so that you have to grind all of the things. Hold on, what the hell's going on? Ow! Damn it! What the hell is this? Get it away from me. What happened? No! Why is this down here? What the hell? Yikes. 1700 Leviathan. Just for 5 Uber 10 torches. Yikes, man. Imagine grinding that much for nothing. What's wrong with the Xbox app? Connect to my goddamn Xbox, for the love of Christ. Okay, it's connecting. Thank you. I don't know. I will doubt it. I doubt it. But if the Crystal level 4 works the same way as Crystal 3, then no. So I have no idea. Again, I haven't done any of the delves. So let me just go this. My god, squeaky ass share being squeaky. God damn it. Why you very annoying, man. Okay, my S-Bus app just crashed. Or Trove just crashed. No. Oh yeah, there's a Monster Hunter World Iceborne update. Raging Brachydios and Raging Rajang. They're out, boys. I'm just trying to go into the game so you see. So you can see the badges. You roughly need around 19,000 mastery points to get to 200. 19,500, I think it is, something like that. It's around that area. It's around 19.5k. In terms of like mastery points in order to achieve mastery 200. Am I in the hub? I think I'm in the hub. Damn it! I don't want to be in the hub. Oh, whatever. So, yeah, let me just go into... Where the hell am I going? No, let's just go this one. So we have roughly 114,000 current maximum mastery. So we're getting destroyed by around close to 100k. Not bad. Alright. Let me go into badges. Number 1. Who's going to care about this? This badge. Everyone's just going to go through here, get the stats, move on. Go through here, forget about the stats, move on. This you will get it over time. 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 This too. This is probably one of the biggest Y out there. Who's gonna do this? Maybe you're going to see people reach this one, but never this one. Gardening, you know there's an update all about gardening. Who the hell is going to do gardening? Apparently I got 894,000 out of 1 million. I got the badge. What the hell, game? Nani? Loyalty. People that spend $1,000. This. Who's gonna do them? I don't have even this one. I don't even have the ultra badges. Who's gonna get all classes level 30, 25k PR? Who's gonna use all of the other classes? Like, there's less people that want to even get the Vanguardian now. That's just how it is. Less people are just going to get the Vanguardian, like, okay, I just want to try it out, or maybe they just try it out and that's it. Leviathans. Who's gonna do them? And then we move on to stuff like, let's go into the chaotic crafting table. Who's gonna go all the way into getting all of these? You don't need them. There's no point. Print collectible. Legacy collectibles. Okay. Bruh. I'm not done. I'm not done. See that golden bastard right over there? Who's gonna care about this guy? You don't realize that this guy only is here for mastery, to bring all event items, old stuff. Who's going to sit down and try to get themselves all of these that cost plenty of dragon coins, let alone buy them for flux in the marketplace. Stuff like this. Who's gonna go all the way to getting themselves these items? And that's just a couple of things. What about the Luminopolis things? Who's gonna get them? What about the adventuring thing? Well, this is not the one. This. Who's gonna get stuff like this from the adventuring? Who's gonna do professions all the way to the maximum? Rain crafting, rune crafting, crystology. Crystology may be the only one that they might do because of geomastery. I mean, you can see so many what the hell things that are going to get wrecked just because of this cap. And that is not like is the end of everything. Event store packs like this one. Packs like this one. Then we move on here. This. Who's going to get this? It's 750 credits. Who's going to get this? This costs like 1,500. You can get them right now via credit pouches or just buying it in the marketplace, which, let's be real, credit pouches are still going to be there. One thing that they could... Is that guy destroying his own house? Alright then. Okay. Cool. Just... Cool. Let me see. Let me go back. There's so many other things. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they removed it. But event items, whenever they add event items, Snowfest, Shadow's Eve, Sunfest, all of those events that happens every year. Recipe dungeons, recipes in general. No one's going to bother. No one's going to bother getting this mount. All they want is this mount. Mount Taming Bench. All of these mounts. You might see some people just get some things here and there, but not everything, or some things. I get you. You get the point right now where I'm getting and where I'm going at. There's too many things that are in jeopardy just because of this little thing. I feel that I needed to do more a visualized thing, just so people could understand how bad the situation really is. If they go with this, if they go through with this, there's they are already way too deep into this to just going all back again to what it used to be. And crash. That's fun. People will collect mounts, gears, allies, well, mounts, allies, etc. My God. Yes, people are going to collect. People are not going to go out of their way in getting the store packs. You have no idea how ridiculously difficult it is to get every single item in the store as a free-to-play player. Trust me, way too tedious to even bother. People are not going to care. Like, there's no point in defending this. Like, seriously. There's so many things that are going against it. Like, me myself, I bought literally most, if not all of the packs just because of mastery. And I was about to buy this pack because of mastery. Because with this, I can just reach higher mastery. Why? People are not going to do stuff like the updates they work their asses off to get this, to get it into the game. People are not going to bother into doing gardening. That's just going to be missing content. It's just way too tedious and way too stupid to even bother. Which is just stupid. This, like, who's going to go out of their way in grabbing all of these? Like, seriously. I don't know what else you want me to say. This is just straight up not a good idea. I'm talking based around just from how long I've been playing this game and just looking at how much it will drag it back. Like, this will hurt the game. No matter how the hell you look at it, this will definitely hurt the game. Like, I don't know what the hell do you want me to say. This will just hurt this stupid game. If they keep it as it is right now, this will hurt the game. If you're seeing people that want to just quit the game, this means that it will hurt the game moving forward. Just listen to what a lot of people are saying. There's way too many people complaining about this thing. I don't know what the hell do you want me to say. There's way too many people complaining about this thing. If they're complaining, it means that there is a bad thing. That's the thing. Back then, 300. This is 200 first and foremost cap. where it is easier to get back when 300 was a thing. 300 was still the cap back then, which I completely understand where it's coming from. But getting to 300 was much more difficult. There was less dragon, there was less badge, there was less costume, there was no chaotic crafting table, even if there was a chaotic crafting table back when they added the megalithic update on console, and on PC they have it, but there was less items in the chaotic crafting table. Getting to 200 is too easy. That's why I will say raising a cap to 600 will be nice. It will be like a good start. It's going to have the same feeling as back when Mastery was 300. And it's not going to punish us like severely how it is right now, because literally we have almost 100,000 mastery points just for nothing. Like, do you see this? Do you see this? This is how much time I played into this game. This is how long I've been playing into this game. This is my time played. And as you can tell, out of my 162 friends that I have on my Xbox, I'm even ranked 14. There's people that play more than me. Stupid. That's just BS, man. That's why they're killing the game. This is just killing the game. This is just to help out newcomers that doesn't even care about mastery to begin with, and don't even bother about checking the mastery to begin with. Okay. That's where I'm going at. There should be a difference between a beginner and game player. It is true to any game. This is no exception. Trove is no exception. There should be a difference. Why the hell are you spending so much time and getting nothing? Like I mentioned, like this is like going into Fortnite. You don't know how to build, and then you complain, or you're like, oh, I cannot keep up with those players that can build like crazy. Just remove the building. Do you think that people that spend years practicing the building mechanic and all that stuff, do you think that they're going to be happy? This is what it pisses me off. Like, it feels that there's no difference in being an end-game or a beginner player. There's no difference in spending 5,000 hours and just spending 200. I'm sorry, but that's how a lot of people look at it. If you disagree, that's up to you, but no matter how much you try to just sugarcoat it, I just personally don't agree with this. because this feels like you're getting slapped in the face with full needles on the end of the hand. Like, that's like destroying all of the dedication to from all of the players. Again, let me just use another logic from another game. Maple Story. Maple Story 1. You know how long that game has been out. Try to keep up with an endgame player. Try to keep up. Try to just see how much difference it is from a beginner to an endgame player. The gap is even more ridiculous than this. Like, this is still doable. I've heard people that got to where they are right now, to around over 600 Trove Mastery in less than a year, because they got help, they got other people just helping them out, or they just grind a whole bunch. Like, the gap is not as far as a lot of people think it is. Like, this still can be achieved. Like, on something like Maple Story, it will take you literally 4 years just to keep up with the end game players. But you do realize that you need to have perfect percentage legendary stats on that game, which, mind you, if you don't want to spend real life money, you have to grind so much cubes in the world, so you need to have somewhat decent mining in order to have unique stats, which is not even the highest one. The highest one is legendary. And you have to do that with each and every single equipment, and not to mention that is completely RNG. Just getting the proper stat, even increasing your stats in general. It should be like, you should be higher for playing the game more often. It's just common sense for stupid game, for crying out loud. That's what pisses me off. Like, do I think that the new players need something different? Yes, I feel that the new players need something to, so they have something to work towards, so they don't feel as helpless. But at the same time, just don't drag us down so much so they can just keep up. Most of the players that are in that area don't even grind much anyway. For God's sakes. It's serious. There's no other way for me to put it. Like, seriously, this is how bad this is. Like, you can just compare it to other games. Each and every single MMORPG out there is the same thing. If that game has been out for years, you're going to see that it is going to be damn near impossible to keep up. That's because they spend all their time into playing the game. If you want to keep up with them, then spend as much time, if not more time, than them. Same goes with even competitive play, like competitive games. If you want to be competitive with like the top players, you have to grind the game and learn all of the mechanics and just perfect the game. It's just common sense. It's just What the hell do you want me to say? Yeah, that's... Well, look at that. It's... It's just... It's just a big pile of mess. Like, again, this is one thing that is good on paper but poorly executed. Like, this is just... It looks good on paper, like, oh my god, newer players are going to catch up, they're going to be more powerful, they're going to do all of the content, yeah! But they are not realizing that literally it makes 50% of the game worthless and just useless to do. And most of the store packs, same, worthless and useless. You know, the only way that they could make money out of this game. My god, I'm so irritating, like, seriously. People might be thinking I'm overreacting, but this is coming from a player. Like, you already saw how many hours I got into this game. Like, I already showed you. I've already showed you my type of grinding that I've done into this game. Like, I honestly feel like the stuff like the costume grinding, what I did in order to get to 750, that feels like for nothing. Like, I don't know what the hell do you want me to say. Like, and this is coming from me. For the most part, I'm extremely gray when it comes to opinion. I always try to look at both sides of the coin, but I'm just like trying to find the other ways. Like, it's too difficult for me to find the other ways. And it's like, yes, it does help out the player, but it just destroys what everyone's built up upon. Like, even stuff like the Going Green update. The Going Green update, everyone hated that update. And I was like, I mean, you could grind it for mastery, which is just whatever. You could grind it for mastery so you can get some of the other stuff. That means you have something to do with the update. Imagine if the Going Green update didn't give any mastery point. Do you think anyone would do any of those things? Like any of the badges? Do you think anyone would grind all of the badges? Would fill up all of the clubs with all of the allies that actually cost, you know, how ridiculous amounts of resource to plant all of the ally habitats? Do you think people are going to just grind their way into getting all of this? No one's going to care. Like, yes, that is what I'm trying to say. Like, it really is. It really is a... Just talking about it just pisses the hell out of me. I just want to have fun and grind for something. Like, one of the main things that I did when... One of the main reasons, that's the one I'm looking for. Like, one of the main reasons that I don't grind this game as much anymore is, like, most of the things that I'm grinding for doesn't benefit me a whole lot. If they added a new update, then normally I will grind that new update and just get all of the new stuff and just have fun with the new update. But now that it doesn't benefit me, why am I going to do that update? Store packs. Usually store packs when it comes to event. That's when I come back and I do the store pack. Like I do those streams where I grind my flux in order to buy myself the store pack. Those are going to be useless. And that's just facts. Like, I don't know what, in what other way you want me to put it. Like, I'm trying to be objective at the same time. Like, I can see why a lot of people would like to get themselves like that will help out the newer players. I can see why like people would like the newer players to just, you know, keep up. I can see why the game is like people are trying to get it to cap out in mastery, but mastery 200 is way too low, no matter how you look at it. Just straight up facts. It's just way too low. Like at 600 Trove mastery, I will be iffy about it, but at the same time I will be like, alright, it's cool. It's still no problem for me. But it still feels special to put your time into grinding this game. Like, and for those who are not aware, I'm just going to say this. I'm playing several MMORPGs. And this is the first time I've ever seen it. I played MMORPGs for 14 years. Online games for 14 years. This is the first time I've ever seen something like this. This is how bizarre the situation is. I've known, pretty much I've been playing online games since 2005, like the end of 2005. I'm getting a phone call and I die. God damn it. But I'm going to leave you guys with, so you can discuss, so I can answer this phone call. So I'm going to put this so you guys have a chance to discuss things with yourself before I answer this phone call. So give me a sec. Alright. Hold on. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so yeah, I think I covered most of the things that why I think this is one of the worst ideas that they could do. Let me just do this. So yeah, I've tried to bring so many points across, just going, why do I think this is a terrible idea? Like, what everyone said is, like, every time I see, like, yeah, it's going to help out the new players. And that's it. There's no other reason. It's not like they're not seeing, like, the terrible things that actually come with this. Like, literally, like, I feel for everyone who spent like $1,000. Like, I really do. Normally, I'm like, sure, you got extra mastery points for just spending a lot of money, but it means that you're very dedicated into the game. Some people might look at you as a pay-to-win player, but yeah. And the thing is, it's like, again, this might sound like I'm counter like arguing myself, like contradicting myself. But again, this is an MMORPG. For the most part, you're battling against PvE type enemies. It's not like you're battling against other players, maybe for leaderboard, but aside from that, you're battling against, like, you're only trying to get yourself as powerful as possible. And then just removing that from the endgame player, yes, you will be trying to get as powerful as possible, but so much easier that it pretty much destroys the gameplay by, like, what, 80%? I'm not even kidding. This is just how it is. Let the people who are most dedicated have their own thing. Have, you know, everything. It's not like this update is going to make the newer players just stay. This is going to make the newer player even more confused. In fact. Because the newer players are just going to keep increasing mastery, and they're just going to keep seeing that, oh, I keep getting mastery, I keep getting like so many levels, I'm getting like a lot of stats, and then all of a sudden it just comes to a stop completely. It's like, what the hell? I'm not getting anything. And they just like, oh well, I lost the purpose of just grinding my mastery so I can get more powerful. Let us not grind mastery no more. And they just keep it as it is. They just let it go. Let it like it is right now. Like, it's going to make the mastery 200 what the current 656 feels like. Do you want that? Do you want the newer players to feel the same way as maxed out mastery feel, but much earlier? The feeling of no progression, the feeling of pretty much being stuck into this game, just grinding extreme hours on end just for nothing, instead of getting a constant progression through mastery. Yeah, literally, like, you have like a lot of your alternate accounts, like literally all of them will be equally the same. Like literally there's no point in just using multiple accounts. New accounts adventures is going to be pretty much useless, because it's going to end up like this account in like no time. All of the time that I spend into getting all of the characters to proper stats, you know, all of the work that I spent on getting all the characters to these stats, all of them at over 31.2 KPR, it's going to feel for nothing. This is why I always say, like, either players that are too old, like too old players, like they played before the mental power update, or players that are in the 3 to 400 mastery are usually the ones that are like okay with this idea, which is even more of a niche group than the endgame players, which I must say. Like, if you played since before mental power and you haven't, and you can't keep up with the endgame players, I'm sorry to say that you have more time than players that are at the end game. There's no excuse. If you're 3 to 400 mastery, again, you haven't put the time like the end game players, so there's no excuse. I don't like to be this negative. I really don't. I really hate this, being this negative. But I just can't look at a positive way to this change. I just really can't. This really hurts me as an endgame player. This hurts all of the players that spend even more time than I have. Like, straight up. Well, I completed this 5-star. Oof. Just went straight into this 5-star. But I want this game to be more successful. That's just how it is. I want this game to be more successful. What does the world was? Pretty much making a lot of players wanting to quit just for one little change that's not making the game more successful. Making the way that you actually make money out of the players, which is store packs, is not going to make it more successful. There are people who just get the store packs for mastery. I'm one of them. I don't know why would you say that this is just, oh, this is a great idea for beginner players. I'm still just going. This is, like, you know how bad this is? This is even worse than just giving every single player crystal gems and just making the stellar gems that we've grinded upon like all this time obsolete. Imagine that. Yes, this will help out the new players, but all of the other players, yeah, trust me, they're going to be pissed off. Just imagine. This is how bad this change is. This is like literally just adding crystal gems right now to this game. They're already way too deep into this game to just add crystal gems, instead of just adding something that will just incrementally upgrade. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, this is like, it literally feels the same. And that's just what I'm saying. Like, I agree with Bland. I don't think capping it is a good option. If they want to cap it, just cap it high. Capping it low is not a good thing. Just straight up. And if they just don't want to be just paid behind like this, like for example this, that you had to pay real life money actually to get them, make them credit packs. Or make these items grindable. So you can just grind the materials or grind the stuff that you need in order to craft this. I don't know, maybe let's say for example this pairs of wings, this ally, this takes this Dispel Divinity. Yeah, it's like that. Like you literally can get to close to 200 with just paying like literally all the store packs and just getting this, getting all of these items, or just using the store packs or selling credit punches and just buying all the items in the marketplace. You don't even need. You only can just get to Trove Mastery 20, and they just buy all the way through maxed out, and you can just buy your way through Trove Mastery 20. Yeah, you can like legitimately you can get around 2 months or less. You can get to Trove Mastery 200 as a free-to-play player. If you don't even need to know how to grind like crazy. You only need just to focus into mastery. Like it's disregarding all of the everything that we've been doing for years. You know, like any MMO should work. That's like doing this kinds of damage. It's not going to feel special anymore. Do you think this is going to feel special? This is going to be like, oh my god, you're doing so much damage. No, not really. Doing stuff like this is not going to feel like, oh, that player has been playing this game for years, or that player has been playing this game for so long, like so much time. It's going to feel like everyone's like, oh, okay, this is cool. I guess I can do that damage easily. That's just straight up how it is. It's not. It's. I just don't like it. I really don't. They really need to change it. This is like, in my opinion, the worst that they could ever add into this game. Because just imagine one update that will literally kill. Like, they've been trying to avoid adding crystal gems into this game. Because, you know, a lot of players have spent way too much time in getting their gems to max out. People have spent even more time into mastery and they decided that this is okay. Come on. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, just thinking about it, it just bothers the hell out of me. They're doing so many stuff to help out with the beginner players. They're helping out and getting TPR really high by adding crystal gear super easy. They're adding so many items into this game, and getting to mid-tier game in terms of mastery, 500 or something, pretty easy to achieve if you put a little bit of time into playing the game. They've added, you know, they made gems not crack. They make pretty much a bunch of things that will definitely help out the beginner player. Why they need more? Like, it's not like this game is difficult to get to high PR anyways. Let the end game have their own thing. The end game have something that they spend years dedicating this game into. I don't see how is it fair. Like, let me tell you, like, getting PR in this game is so ridiculously easy. Like, I'm not even rushing my new accounts adventures, like stream series that I've been doing recently. I'm already at 17k PR. I got plenty of stats. I can solo Uber, well, not even solo, speed farm through Uber 9 as a Revenant, by the way. I can speed farm really quickly into Uber 9. It's like, and I've only been playing that account for what? Like 17 hours? And I'm already like mastery 70 and not even caring about mastery. Like, I'm not even focusing on mastery at that point. I'm still focusing on getting the perfect gems. Like, this game is not difficult. It's already too beginner friendly, so it just bothered the hell out of me. Like, how easy do you want this game to be? It's already one of the easiest games out there. How easy do you want it to be? A grinding game and people don't want to grind. Like, what the hell do you want to do anyways? So stupid, man. It's total BS. Straight up. I saw that world. I saw that boss. Camping in a corner like always. You know how it is. And you see that you get all the points that I'm getting at. How bad this is. How terrible this is. How much of a garbage update this is. All of the problems it's going to bring in the future. Just because they want to make it easier for the beginner players, even though you can get to 10,000 power rank in the first 3 to 4 hours if you grind. If you know where to grind, like if you have people that is willing to help you out. Let's say, for example, you're doing a stream. Usually, like a lot of people that are beginner that actually are streaming usually get helped by in-game players. They do the expertise quest line, gem expertise quest line. They get it to 5k PR within 2 hours, and then just level up like crazy. Just within 4 hours, they are already like 6-7k PR. Then we'll get to level 30. Once they get to level 30, they will have enough stellar gems and enough stats so they can start soloing Uber 9. Once they start soloing Uber 9, they can get their perfect gems. Already the same thing that the endgame players has been grinding for years. You know, I don't mind that, to be honest. That thing, I don't mind it. I really don't. Then once they do that, they start getting the perfect build. They can just start doing everything, like in terms of like geo topside. Like, it's so easy to do everything that the endgame players reached in such a short amount of time. So yeah. Now if you don't believe me, make a new account. Just follow the things that I mentioned. Go, get to Mastery 20, do the Gem Expertise questline. Once you get the Gem Expertise questline, get to level 30 and then start grinding over 9. Trust me, you will be so surprised on how easy it is to get to around 20 to 25 KPR in this game. And I've done it twice already. Like, I've pretty much started a new account like 4 times already, but I pretty much grinded like all the way to 10 KPR within a day. Within like 7 hours, 6-7 hours. Twice now. So I can tell that it's somewhat consistent. It's not like there's no tutorial. It's not like people are not willing to help out in global chat. No, it's not this. People are willing to help out in global chat. People are willing to help out like crazy. That's one thing a lot of people don't know. Like, people really do help out in this game. The only thing that people don't do is they just don't give up items because they spend their time in grinding those items. But they are willing to help you out in terms of asking questions. They're willing to help you out in asking all of those things. It's like the beginner play does have it so easy that is honestly so ridiculous that they want even more. Oh my god. The thing is, it's like this is the thing. You don't even need to spend that much time to get to around 25k. Like I mentioned, on my that account, on the account that I did the new accounts adventure, which I'm not rushing that account. I've only played that for like 16 hours. Yes, I know where to go, but it doesn't hurt to ask other players what the hell am I supposed to do. So for it will take you, let's say it will take you a week to get to 20 KPR. That is still a really short amount of time. Just playing like, what, like an average of 3 hours? Which I get it, not everyone has 3 hours to spend every single day into this game. But let's say you really enjoyed this game. Getting stuck for 3 hours is not difficult. It does happen quite often in this game. Sometimes I'm doing a stream and I'm like, okay, this is a really short stream. Then I just check I've been streaming for 2 hours. Just like, I'm not even kidding. It's really that easy. Like, trust me. Again, make a new account and do those things. Let me tell you, it is really that easy. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it is that easy. Like, especially considering that right now they keep adding events which gives you so many empowered gem boxes. The Gem Expertise questline just helps you so much in giving you a full set of stellar gems, which will help you out in getting into 5k PR really easily. Then getting crystal gear will help you out in getting more, like more PR. And then once you do that, once you reach level 30, just equip some extra radiant gems, which you will get if you only grind like something like Uber 7, which is what I would recommend for the most part. There you got some radiant gems, easy 10k PR, even 11k PR. Then you have two options: either follow another player or just grind it yourself. Getting a set of stellar gems, easy. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, most of the players are just agreeing that this is just a terrible update. Like, I have to say, like I've been saying, like, the thing is what scares me is that even with this, they might not even change it, because that's how the dev works. That's what the dev works is like. There's some sort of machines, but that's how the devs just go at it, which is what pisses me the hell off. And I don't see why where is the good in this. Like, there's nothing good in this. As soon as I heard that, like as soon as I got people sending me like messages, or just people saying like, oh, the mastery changes are bad. Oh my god, like the mastery change. Then before I actually read the patch notes, I was like, dude, are they really that bad? God damn. Some people like going over as they want to quit the game. I'm like, it can't be that bad. Then as soon as I read that, I was like, okay, I can see where the people's coming from. Why going back into mastery cap 200? Beats me. It's like people don't, the devs don't even listen. Because what most people want are some changes to the classes, class rework. What kind of class rework we got? A Tomb Raiser, which is, for the most part, rather meh. It's kind of bad, the rework. It's literally the worst rework. Like, they really don't listen, so. Like, and I've heard endgame players, some endgame players go as far as saying, hey, these changes are good. I'm like, do you realize what the hell are you saying? There are some that actually just go as far as just say that this is a good change. I'm like, do you realize how bad this is? Are you literally not looking at the game's future? Do you literally think the Mastery 200 is hard to get? I'm sorry, but as someone who genuinely loves this game, and someone who actually does videos about this game, as someone that actually learn a bunch of numbers inside this game, as someone who spent thousands of hours both out of the game and in the game, just thinking about the game, I cannot say nothing but bad things about this guy. I need to be transparent. You need to be transparent with yourself, and you need to think, damn, this really takes This really just hits you like crazy. Am I still in the top 100 on speedruns? On 98. Alright, that's good. That's whatever. I don't care about speedruns. It would have been nice to have that. My friend just had purple name, but he's still 15k. Like, we just did it for the heck of it, and we. That was so funny. I just wanted to do a completion with him, and then we got an 11.9 seconds speed run with a 15k PR Draco. Who's never seen any speed runs or never done any speed runs. I just told him a little bit what to do, and he just followed, and that happened on our first run. That was really funny. Which again, 15k PR. Woohoo! Getting carried by dedicated players and game players. But no, you want to punish those players. Yeah, I see. You need me to not get any more powering? Alright. I'll try not to get any more powering. It's not like I care anyways. Again, at the end of the day, this is all still on the PTS. This might not even come out. But what bothers the hell out of me is what people think it is a good idea. How people think this is a good idea. That bothers the living hell out of me. It's like, oh, you're not caring about the beginner players. It's like, you're not caring about the endgame players then, if you want this to go through. Just because it's easier to get to the beginner play, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to punish those that are difficult to get. It's like, what the hell? It's not fair. So yeah, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to think that I hate anything in this game, but I don't want to be one of those quote-unquote YouTube people that just agree with everything that the dev says and does. Like, if I don't like something, I need to be transparent about it, and I need to just flat out say it. I don't like this, and here's why. I don't want to be those over optimistic and just everything is fine type YouTuber. You should know me that I'm honest of what I say. So I'm well aware that I know I'm complaining a whole lot. I know I may sound like I'm overreacting and I'm tryharding into this game. But you have to understand, like, not me, we, the people that are at the end game, we spend so much time into this game. Why are we getting punished? You feel me? Why are we getting punished? Because you might be thinking, oh, this is not punished. This just punished us. Like, it really does. It really does. It really does. Like, it's not our fault that the beginner players just started off this game late. We just played and stuck with the game. It's just keep playing the game. It's not our fault that we spent out like a bunch of hours. Why are we getting punished just because we like the game? I mean, there's so many things that I can just keep going and going and going. But I just can't find a way to just see this is a good idea. Straight up, I can't. Rawr. E. F. And almost 200 mastery. 20k PR. It's gonna be almost as strong as me. That's nice. It's like 150, but you get what I'm getting. You get what I'm going. We will be doing almost the same damage. Yoo-hoo. If you're watching that, just at least let me know in chat. By the way. I'm dead. I just died. Bruh. Just press the ultimate ability, it didn't even work. Now you can tell the cooldown right here. The ult didn't even work. My god, what is this lag? My Jesus. There's, raining, the usual. Can it ever stop, like, raining? Like, ever? Jesus? Like, it's been raining for like a month? I just got a message randomly. Come. I guess I just complained for long enough, I guess. Just let me know in chat if you're still watching and if you want to give your opinion. What do you personally think? Why do you think it's a good or bad idea? You can discuss it with other players. I don't know, like, don't try to convince me otherwise. There's no way in hell I will accept this as a good update, straight up. I just gave away my reasonings, a bunch of them in fact. And I already showcased in-game, and I've done it multiple times with new accounts. I want you to just tell me, why is it a good or bad idea in your opinion? Do you think this is something that it could just kill the popularity, like the already little popularity that this game already has? Yeah, it's... There you go. Like, I'm also doing comparisons, by the way. Oh, I'm dead. The hell is wrong with me? I'm just dying left and right. Not even focusing 100%. Like, I'm doing comparison to other games from the same genre and other genres. I'm giving away my opinion 100% and giving it my reasoning of why do I think this is a bad thing. Like, I already put all of my points across. I mean, why am I lacking so much? I am lacking so much. My quality is going to the crap. Oh yeah, singing's fun. Okay, I will stop. And the thing is, the video that I posted, which got a lot of support. Some people don't agree, some people agree. I still can't even believe that someone even Nintendo Gamer, or those who don't know who is Nintendo Gamer, he's a friend from Scythe. He's one of Scythe's friends, like from Sayushi. Even though he disagrees with the things that I say, he thinks that we're overreacting. Like, again, I generally don't agree with them. Hey, whatever. It's whatever. He can have his own opinion. But I'm going with the opinion that the majority of people have. It's just straight up. I still like... It's not like I'll stop doing what I'm doing. But you were going to see less motivating from me, like less motivation entirely. Time to just get Cube World or just play other games. Just look at stuff like I don't know, like what? Rocket League. Like, I got plenty of other games that I can just play. I can play Rocket League. I could play what? I could play Monster Hunter World. I could play Brawlhalla. I could look into newer games that are going to come out. It's just how it is, man. Oh, it's so laggy, man. What the hell? Like, look at this load time that I'm getting. Oh, God. What the hell is going on with this? Just, by the way, I'm just regaining. Just trying to compose myself a little bit. Just, I'm dead again. No! No! Like, I'm getting so much Lexra, you have no idea. Bruh. My map is not even loading. Everything's just so delayed. Like, god damn, what the hell is going on? I think I gotta stop grinding like for now. It's too laggy. Sorry, it's just too laggy for me. For now, like you're not seeing it, but I'm definitely feeling it. I'm feeling like my controller is being so delayed. It's honestly unreal. Like a half a second delayed. Like I'm pre-firing like most of the things because of, you know, Xbox app. But I think that's my discussion and why. like a full detailed version of why do I think this is a bad update. Let's just hope that they change it. This is still a PTS, and this might not even come out for maybe until, who knows, maybe until the end of the year for console. So for PC, it's going to come out sooner, obviously. Unless they pull something different and they do both of them at the same time, which that would be a big slap in the face. But yeah, it's like I've done so many things. Let me just put this. I've explained my reasoning on why this update that you're seeing right now on screen is a bad thing. And just straight up, in my opinion, it's going to kill the game, or at least just lose the popularity even more. And yeah, again, leave your thoughts and opinions in the chat or whatever. There's nothing that you can do for me, to be honest, that it could make me change my mind into this. It's been a good update. Like, I'm trying myself to look at it from a good standpoint. Like, it is a good update. But nothing comes to mind. Just keep looking at it and like, people that are already high up there, they're not gonna get store packs, they're not gonna get a lot of items, bunch of items that are rare that usually just sell for a lot of flux, so they can, you know, shadow stains, like the shadow tower mounts and such, like all of those. Yeah, all of those are going to be no, just straight up no. Like, maybe the occasional one or two player is going to get all of the items, like some items, but it's not like everyone wants to get the items, so they can just get a little bit more benefit. So yeah, anyways, I'm out. I'm just going to end this stream. You guys can have your own opinion. I have my own opinion, and I'm sticking by it until they change it. And that is all for me. Thank you everyone for dropping by into the stream. Thank you for hearing me complain. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time with a proper stream, not me complaining left and right, and just doing my own thing and just grinding Trove. Take care everyone, and keep on hunting. And please, hashtag make this a change. Revert the mastery. Hashtag mastery. Hashtag just keep it as it is. Yeah. See ya.